is going to be different, in that I have given you some warning of what we're going to be talking about. What I'm going to do is go around the room and ask some slightly different questions to each person, but it's going to be all about Toastmasters. We are recording. So I will only approach people whose cameras are on. And I'm going to start off by asking Rupa, who's our Program Quality Director, is that right? PQD, not PDQ, to kick us off. Now, as I explained, you have 30 seconds maximum. So Rupa, can you tell our visitors and our guests tonight and our members about the very best thing about Toastmasters, the best kept secret on earth, Toastmasters?
Oh man, okay, that's a tough one, but thank you very much, Lucy. So if you'd asked me this time last year, I would say speechcraft was the best kept secret. But, you know, you guys have done it a couple of times now, so you know that that secret's out. The second secret I would have said would be youth leadership, but that's starting to come out in District 91 as well. Something that I think this club knows very well is the international network. Last year, again, all of us online, I didn't meet any of my peers that were fellow club growth directors across Europe until in November in person.
Thank you very much, Rupert. Now I'm going to move on to Jean. Jean, what do you love most about Toastmasters?
Oh, well, thank you very much, Lucy. I love the fact that in Toastmasters, we can connect anywhere all over the world with pretty much anyone in a Toastmasters club. And, you know, it's always a celebration when we do that because we share so many things in common and yet we're so different. And it's always a wonderful learning, a wonderful sharing. And I really appreciate being able to have that privilege. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Jean. I'm going to move on now to Dil. Dil, can you tell us what prompted you to join Toastmasters?
Thank you, Lucy. What prompted me? It was to boost my confidence, actually. I was a very quiet and introverted individual who barely spoke with others. And I used to mainly speak only when I was approached most of the time. However, Toastmasters has taught me to be more open and be out there and reach out to people. Thank you.
It clearly works still. Thank you so much. I'm going to move on now to Liz, and I'm going to ask the same question of Liz. Why did you join Toastmasters? What made you join Toastmasters?
Right, it's a dazzling opportunity. I always admired people who were successful with public speaking. And once in a while, I've tried it. I did have the opportunity for public speaking at Huguenot Society when they had their celebration in 1998. And I always want to become better, you know, and marinate my words and, you know, sort of, you know, celebrate the use of language, whether, well, in my case, it's Danish and other people would be English or Chinese, you know.
Thank you. I'm going to interrupt, Liz. You've gone over your 30 seconds, but thank you very much. I love the word marinate. Now, yeah. I'm going to go to our president, Tom, now. Can you tell us a little bit about the educational system that we have in Toastmasters and how it has benefited you and likely to benefit other people?
I would love to tell you all about it, and so I shall. The Pathways system is an online program which we as Toastmaster members can all subscribe and sign up to, and we progress our way through our pathways. And what is important about this is that it gives us a clear direction and we can achieve goals along the way and we get rewarded for our successes.
Thank you so much, Tom. And as we celebrate today, I'm going to go to our main founder, Amy, to ask you, Amy, please, can you tell us a little bit about the speechcraft, which Rupa alluded to earlier?
Thank you very much, Lucy. I did not expect that question. If I could condense Speechcraft quickly, it would be that it's a condensed version of level 1 of Pathways. So the idea is that when we join the club, we get all of this amazing support at club meetings. We can get a mentor. You'll have your vice president of education. So this club, that's me, encouraging you along to take on roles and do speeches. When we do Speechcraft, we condense that down into 4 to 8 weeks, and we give you a sort of one-on-one guide to help you get there a little bit quicker. So it's the fundamentals in express version, if you will.
Brilliant. Thank you, Amy. And we are going to be running another one in March. Fran, I'm coming to you now. Fran, can you tell us a little bit about what you get out of Toastmasters, you personally?
What do I get out of Toastmasters? I get friendship, encouragement, exaltation. I get the opportunity to be heard and appreciated. These are all things that I value highly. So I get a lot out of Toastmasters, but I also know the more you put in, the more you get out.
Excellent stuff. My next victim is going to be Jonathan. Now, Jonathan, I know that you are an officer at another club, and you have been a founder member of this club. So what do you love most about Toastmasters? You're mute.
What I enjoy most about Toastmasters, what I love about Toastmasters, is that it is an amazing opportunity for self-improvement. There's very little meaning to life, so you have to make your own meaning. And for me, that is self-improvement, any which way you can. Thank you very much, and back to you, Lucy.
Thank you, Jonathan. Now moving on to Marion, who is our club mentor, and you are based in the States. Can you tell us something about the differences that you notice between clubs in the United States of America and those over here? I know you visited a few.
Yes, what I love about the differences of the clubs is they all follow the basic format of Toastmasters International, the guide there. But what I enjoy is the different meanings for different words, that it's all English. But I chuckle because sometimes you say things that really don't make sense to me, but then I keep listening, which is something that is a skill that all Toastmasters really learn, is how to listen. And it's so much fun that way because it just makes me laugh. And I just love the exposure of Toastmasters. So thank you for the great question.
Thank you so much, Marion. Now I'm going to move on to seasoned Toastmasters, Carol and David West, starting with Carol. Carol, can you tell me, please, what you love most about Toastmasters?
I'm a Toastmaster. I have to tell you that Toastmasters changed my life. I was an only child with not many friends in the convent that I went to, and learning to speak really helped me because I was able to raise a lot of money, making money to help the people from Chernobyl send their children to Europe for medical treatment and all sorts of other things that they needed. And that's why I'm quite proud of myself, because I raised a lot of money to help others. I'm Chocolates Master.
Congratulations on that, Carol. That's amazing. And David, your turn.
Same thing. It helped me enormously when I first joined Toastmasters to shape and prepare for a lot of business presentations that I was doing at the time. Since then, I've retired. I don't do business presentations. I still enjoy Toastmasters. I enjoy the fun of the meetings. I learn all the time. I learn all sorts of things, not necessarily to do with speaking. A lot of it's to do with managing, running meetings, leadership, and to be honest, improvisation, just like tonight when Tom stepped in to take over the grammarian role. How often it is that you get to a meeting and you have to change the agenda. I'm a VP of a club in London. The agenda's already set out, but I know by Thursday night we'll be changing something because somebody won't make it, and that'll be it. So yes, I've learned a lot.
Thank you, David. Yeah, adaptation is key. Now, next on my screen is my old friend, Toby. Toby, I had a question for you, and that is, how is Toastmasters fun? We've learned about education, confidence boosting, but you were the right person to tell us about how fun Toastmasters can be.
I think Toastmasters is fun because it allows you to just entertain sometimes. Sometimes you want to, you're a performer. You gotta, I know I am especially, get up there and entertain people with a little bit about yourself and a funny anecdote. Maybe that's in table topics. But yeah, that's how I enjoy it.
Thank you very much, Toby. Marita, can you tell me why you joined us? You are a founder member of this club with a certificate to prove it. What made you join?
I joined Toastmasters because I'm not great in speaking in public, but I'm quite an active person, and I noticed that you often have to speak, whether it's for a special celebration or during an informal meeting or just when you're coming together with friends. And I just want to improve my speaking in public.
Thank you so much. And now moving on to Oscar. Oscar, what made you choose Sussex Online Speakers rather than any other club in your country?
Thank you for the question, Lucy. I'm glad to have the opportunity to answer that question. It's a pleasure to learn public speaking in your second language. And I think that Sussex Online Speakers is very receptive, and it stimulates people who don't speak English as a first language to practice and feel free and feel that they are doing the right thing. So this is a very happy celebration for me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Oscar. And moving on to Ellen with her celebration screen behind her. Where is everybody else's? Ellen, tell me about why you joined us.
Thank you for the question. It's a nice question to answer because I am a bit different than most people. I didn't so much join to learn to do public speaking as such. I learned to watch others do public speaking. That's what I like about it. I can watch others look for words, say what they want to say, or not say it, or stumble. And I learn from every single person that's doing something. It's easier to learn from watching others than it is to do it yourself. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ellen. And I know that you are a very seasoned public speaker yourself in other scenarios. Robin, you're next on my screen, and I believe you are a experienced Toastmaster. So tell us about what you find best about our organisation.
What I find best is having a good night out, having a nice chat to people outside of the general agenda, but also the way clubs support one another. And I'd like to say thank you to Sussex Online Speakers for the support they've given my club, Eastbourne. For example, when we ran a competition, it's really good. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Happy to help. We certainly are. And Jess, coming round to you. You were our very first member of Sussex Online Speakers by the founders, the sponsors. So can you tell us about how you found those early days of Sussex Online before the rest of our group joined us?
It was a steep learning curve, a bit like anything in life. When you begin, you realise, wow, I'm a white belt again and I really know nothing. So I had the support of Amy, my mentor, luckily. So she helped me keep on track with my goals without overwhelming myself, without deciding that I need to do everything and yesterday. And I'm really grateful to be part of it as it grows into a fantastic club, team, and being here today to celebrate together.
Fantastic, Jess. And I must say you're coming ahead leaps and bounds. Bill from Worthing Speakers. Bill, you've been a member of Toastmasters quite a while. What is your best moment from that time? 30 seconds.
Best moment. First of all, thanks for inviting me to your celebration. I'm slowly getting marinated. Best moment, Oh, there's so many to choose from. I think so far, the best recent moment I would say was actually going back in person to live meetings after being, I mean, Zoom is great. There's lots of things you can do on Zoom. It's convenient, you get meet lots of people, but it's hard to replicate the energy that you get in a live meeting. Maybe in 10 years' time, the technology will have moved on and you probably will be able to get that kind of energy. But at the moment, best moment, recent moment, I would say is going back in person to the Birmingham.
And we will be around in 10 years' time to see that progress. Thank you, Bill.
Yes.
Kiefer, may I ask you a question now? What do you love most about being in this community?
Wow, good evening, everyone. Yes, I enjoy Sussex Alliance speakers in particular, that it boosts my confidence. I learn, I make new friends, and I improve my public speaking. And most of all, I can be a member of a club without leaving my home. Thank you.
And we love your smile, Kiefer. Thank you so much. I've just
you.
realized that I've just moved on to my second screen and I see that Debbie Williams, who is our district director, is lurking there on screen number 2. And I'm going to ask you now, Debbie, to tell our visitors what they can expect to gain from Toastmasters, our visitors and members, I should say, after they've been around for a year or 2.
Thank you very much for that. I would say that you never stop learning. And one thing that I really appreciate about being at Toastmasters was that, like myself, or like yourselves, I joined to improve my public speaking skills. But what I gained from being a member of Toastmasters is so much more than I could ever have dreamed of or expected. For example, being in leadership roles and being able to speak in a variety of different environments and opportunities and networking and meeting a variety of people and developing friends, as has already been mentioned. So I would say to you all, just think beyond your current thinking. Nothing is impossible. Thank you.
Thank you, Debbie, and apologies for getting your title wrong. Of course, it's Division Director. So I've missed out Jean, our Table Topics Master for today. Jean, can you tell us what you find best about belonging to an online club?
I can tell you, Lucy, but I've already spoken to you. Perhaps you'd want to move on to someone else.
Indeed, sorry, that's my memory and the time of the morning. Alex, Alex Reith, hi. And now you come from another continent, although you're living in the UK. Tell me how you originally found your first Toastmasters Club. How did you come to join it?
It was almost 2 years ago. I remember Frank that is here in the meeting. It was actually an in-person session, so it was very different. It was very scary because it was all new people I haven't met, but everybody was very friendly and I feel very welcomed. So after when the lockdown came, I continue. I have been here. I haven't stopped. Thank you.
We're very, 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 very happy to have you in our club, Alex. Thank you so much. And I think the last person on my screen is Mike. I did see somebody else put their camera on briefly, but it's gone off again. So I shall go to Mike now. Can you tell us, I'm running out of questions, what have you mostly gained from belonging to Toastmasters in general and now Sussex Online?
That's a really great question, Lucy. I think specifically Sussex Online, it's how to present and have meetings over Zoom. Because of my day job, I spend quite a lot of time doing that anyway. So learning the skills of how to present in this format has been really useful for life outside of Toastmasters.
Indeed, our lives are becoming more and more virtual, pandemic or no pandemic. I think once it's over, we will still be doing a lot of online work. So I think I've been around the table. Have I missed anybody? So if we can stop the recording.